What's the word, family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know y'all rocking with the real Dwight Thomas. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. Y'all are being weird. Like, y'all know what they just did to TikTok yesterday. Y'all was on live talking about y'all gonna miss me. You don't have to miss me, Stink. I'm right here. Anyway, y'all already know that this YouTube channel is about the culture. It is for us, by us, and with us. And so today, we're going to get into the topic of, is Drake actually good for the culture? Now, y'all already know my answer, but let's get into the lawsuit that he filed against UMG real quick, Universal Music Group. So Drake filed a lawsuit that was like 20 pages long. I'm not going to get into all that, but I want to talk about some of the headlines that he touched on. And then we're going to talk about, like, is this good behavior for the culture, or should we be kicking him out the culture? So in the lawsuit, he basically said that they started off with a quote, but to sum it up, it basically said that somebody's reputation can be ruined in as little as 5 minutes. And he's alleging that UMG aided in slandering his name with the Not Like Us song. Now, I also want to be clear, he's not filing a lawsuit against Kendrick for defamation of character. He's not filing a lawsuit. And the thing is that he keeps reminding us of that. The reason I think he keeps reminding us of that is because I think he believes that that's going to absolve him from any Karen-like guilt that he's experiencing. But it's a hell no. Anyway, he basically was saying that this has caused him financial and physical burden. But the physical aspect, he basically said that it put him in harm's way because if y'all remember back when the song came out, his house, the security guard at his house had wound up getting shot. And he's alleging that that caused him physical harm, or he could have been hurt, though he wasn't hurt. And he's traumatized from having to deal with the security guard being shot in his home, and that he was in the crib and it could have also hit him. But he also is saying that it has caused him to have to move his son and the mother of his son to a new school and a new community because he fears for their safety. Now, there's so many ways that we can look at this because, sir, you willingly engaged in a rap battle, and you're not the only one, or your security guard is not the only one that got shot, because just the weekend before, a week before, the Weeknd's manager got shot. And there have been also, I want to say, Drake didn't just start beef with Kendrick. He didn't just go at K-Dot. He went for mad people. So how are you to say that the song Not Like Us caused you to be in physical danger? Now, also he said because of the cover art and the way that UMG pushed the song, that people knew where he lived. But if you look up Drake's mansion in Toronto, it's not hard to find. Where do you think they got the cover art from? But he's saying that this jeopardized or compromised his safety. So he's suing UMG because he feels like they had the ability to prevent him from being in harm's way. Now, I think him moving his son and the mother of his kid to a different school or different community, whatever it is weird because you're Drake. So you can't just have your son in a regular school anyway. Like, you're acting like we don't all know you, Drake. We seen your son. We know what the little boy looks like. You have to keep him safe either way. So for you to act like your son is just attending a public school and his safety is at risk, we all have to be so serious. We all have to be so serious. And then he also talks about how the certified pedophile has also basically worked against him because he was called a pedophile in the song. Now, again, he's not suing Kendrick, K-Dot, because he's not saying that Kendrick is wrong for saying it. He's saying that UMG is wrong for pushing it more for people to hear it and believe that he's actually a certified pedophile. Now, there's a few things that I take problem with this. Is that, one, you said that you fed K-Dot all of this information. In the last song you came out with in the rap battle, you said that none of the information was true and that you fed him all the information, including that you had a hidden daughter and that you didn't take care of your son and the certified pedophile. So for you to now say that they pushed music that could harm your reputation when you alleged that everything that K-Dot was saying was false and it came from your team, is weird because did you tell them or did you not? And the thing is that I low key maybe believe this certified pedophile line. I don't know because why would you also push that kind of information? And it wasn't until you saw that the music or the song was doing numbers that all of a sudden you take problem with it and it's harming who you are as a person. Now, I personally think that's weird, and I feel like he also said things in a rap battle. He alleged that Kendrick's best friend was the father of his kids and was sleeping with his wife. He also alleged that Kendrick was physically violent with his baby mama, his wife, his girlfriend, whatever. Like, everybody was taking jabs at people. And so for you to now say, oh, I want to file a lawsuit because this harmed who I am, you told the world that K. Dot was beating on that lady. You told the world that his kids belong to his manager. You don't think that that's harmful to his character or who he is as well? And he didn't respond to that. Now, also, he said that he's suing UMG because they removed all copyrights from the song. So he's saying that all of the streamers and YouTubers were able to use the song freely, and that made it go even more viral. Now, people like Kai Cenat got caught up in that, and he was basically saying that Kai Cenat also used it. But what's weird is that he got on a call with Kai Cenat and told him to stay on stream while Kai Cenat was streaming about it. The other thing is the post and delete. Very light skin of you. Very light skin of you. But that last freestyle he came out with the other day that he took down almost immediately, where he called out LeBron James saying he was cheating on his wife. Now that also got the people riled up because now you're messing with good old LeBron James. And the truth of the matter is, I'm not swearing for nobody. I don't know LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? But everybody sees LeBron James in a good light. And even if it were true, for you to come out and say that now, all because he likes the song that K. Dot made and you feel like he was hanging with him, is weird behavior. And if y'all remember, all of these people, Future, K. Dot, everybody basically said that they weren't messing with Drake because he has a tendency of having weird behavior, especially when it comes to being around people's women. And if y'all know Drake, I don't want no beef, but I personally think that Drake is corny. I always thought he was corny, and people are saying that the only way he get girls, specifically other people's girls, is by paying for stuff, basically buying them. And it's weird because if you have to go after your friend's girl and the way that you get your friend's girl is by basically trying to financially take care of them or their ex, that's nasty work. Going after somebody's old work is nasty work. And it very much shows that you're not in the culture, a part of the culture, because that's weird behavior. But then also to try to put LeBron out there like that because you felt like your feelings was hurt. I personally think what this all comes down to is the fact that he's butthurt because Kendrick Lamar is going to be performing at the Super Bowl. And he's doing all of this because he wants to prevent K. Dot from being able to do that. He is, in his mind, if he gets this lawsuit to go through and he wins this case, K. Dot is not going to be able to perform at the Super Bowl. I don't think that he's going to make it anywhere with this, but also people are saying that they did the same thing for Drake in his rap battles. And the other thing is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Meek Mill said the same thing, like they was pushing his music. And it's weird to me because every time Drake won a rap battle, he was as quiet as a church mouse. Now that you lost, all of a sudden, everybody's pushing a song. Not Like Us did something for the culture. I don't think he really understands that, but this is the problem when you're not actually a part of the culture. Not Like Us did something for the culture. That was a whole West Coast vibe. It took us back to when the West Coast was on a map. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that K. Dot is actually a part of that culture. So for him to bring out different gangs on stage when he was performing it, for him to get all kind of nominations, it hit Billboard 100. It went to the top of the charts everywhere. And it wasn't just because UMG was playing it. I'm not going to hold you, but Not Like Us came out. I was playing it every day. It might be at the top of the Billboard because I ain't stopped playing it. But it's like, it's Karen behavior for you to come on here and to now start acting like you're the one that's being targeted and that this is not fair because you lost. It also is not good for the culture for people to be able to file lawsuits and rap beefs. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. It also makes it hard for people. And I initially thought that this rap beef was actually healthy because nobody really got hurt. And you know what I'm saying? They were taking jabs at each other, but that always happens in rap beefs. But for you to call the law, that's very Karen behavior. That's Karen adjacent behavior for sure. And then it's like, even when K Dot said, "We don't want to hear you say no more," and then he made that next song, I think it was Family Matters, where he was like, "Nigga, I said it again." And like, you want to be down with the culture so bad, but you don't understand the culture. You want to participate in the culture. What they say, you want to be a part of the rhythm, but you don't want to experience the blues. And that's the problem with somebody like Drake. You want to be down with the culture, but you can't. You only can insert yourself in ways that is harmful to the culture, like filing a lawsuit against your own music record company. That's weird behavior. And I don't think it should be allowed. I don't think there's a place in hip hop for lawsuits. I think we're changing the game. And I know I was listening to The Breakfast Club, and I heard Charlamagne saying, like, in theory, he could understand why Drake would want to place a lawsuit on UMG because he doesn't want to be known as a pedophile. But you can't want to tussle and get in a ring and then say, "I'm backing out the ring now. The fight is over because I feel like I lost and now all of a sudden you took it too far." But when all of this was happening and y'all was in the back and forth, you never said that. And I don't know. I always felt like Drake gave Karen like behavior. And I, even with his style to me, it's like all over the place. Why? Because you're not from the space that you claim to be in. And it's fine. You were on Degrassi. And I'm not a hater. Drake is talented. I want to be crystal clear. I listen to Drake's music. Well, I used to. But this behavior, there's no room for that in the culture. And once we allow something like that in the culture, I feel like we're opening the floodgates to say anything is possible. This is a rap beef. It's either you going to get in a booth or you going to sit this one out, and you chose to engage. If y'all notice, J. Cole bowed out gracefully. Now, everybody gave J. Cole the business for saying sorry, and they felt like it was whack. I felt like it was kind of whack too, and I'm not going to lie. I wish that the rap battle was between J. Cole and K. Dot, because I feel like it really would have been, like, we would have really got to the culture. We would have really gotten to the culture. J. Cole would never, ever have said that you still rapping like you trying to get the slaves free. Like, that in and of itself was crazy. But I want to know from y'all, like, do y'all think Drake is good for the culture? I personally don't think he is. I personally think that he has shown us who he really is. One thing about a Karen is always going to be a Karen. But let me know in the comments what y'all think. Is Drake good for the culture or nah?
Take off the couches, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the uniform, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the White House, take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take the steps, then I'm taking off top off, take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside, take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the sandals.